25 October 2023, a former police officer for South Wales Police has been jailed after admitting to over 160 offences of child sexual abuse against victims as young as 10 years old. Lewis Edwards, 24, posed as a teenage boy to target young girls between 10 and 16, grooming them into sharing indecent images of themselves. Edwards, who used Snapchat to contact his victims, would manipulate the young girls into sending explicit photos and videos. Despite the victims' pleas for him to stop and threatening to report him to the police, Edwards continued to take advantage. When they refused, he would becoming increasingly threatening, blackmailing them into complying out of fear he would expose them. Lucy Dowdall, specialist prosecutor for the CPS, said, "The extent of Edwards' offending is incomprehensible. My thoughts remain with the victims who have suffered his abuse." Lewis Edwards abused the trust placed in him as a serving police officer, targeting children online in an avalanche of sustained sexual abuse, grooming them and forcing them to satisfy his own sexual needs. Edwards' tactics of threatening and blackmailing his victims shows the extent of his depraved actions and lack of remorse towards those he targeted. He believed he was above the law, and his role as a police officer would protect him from investigation and prosecution. He was wrong. Together the CPS and South Wales Police worked tirelessly to build a strong case against him and see him plead guilty. There is nowhere for sexual predators to operate or hide. Our Organised Child Sexual Abuse Unit is a specialist unit dedicated to prosecuting child sexual abuse, and we will continue to work closely with the police to bring offenders to justice. Edwards was a serving police officer when he engaged in his predatory behaviour, having met one of his victims in the course of his work. He was caught after police intelligence discovered he had accessed and downloaded indecent images of children from the dark web. On the 8th of February 2023, South Wales Police online investigation team arrested Edwards and recovered heavily encrypted electronic devices alongside a blackmail manual. Having gained access to his devices, the extent of his offending became evident, with Edwards contacting 207 girls in a sustained campaign of abuse between February 2019 and February 2023. Investigators and prosecutors carefully pieced together the evidence to build a strong case against Edwards, leading to him pleading guilty to 162 offences at earlier hearings in May and September. He has today been sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 12 years.